Most people don't realize that the very thing causing their suffering is also the doorway out. In the previous video, we explored how limited our conditioned perception really is. So the next question becomes, if we've been programmed into a way of life that keeps us small, how do we begin to break free? If peace, joy, love, and fulfillment are already within us, then why don't we feel them all the time? Why do so many of us live with stress, struggle, anxiety, and this constant sense that something is missing? Well, part of our conditioning is this. We've been taught to seek the solution to almost everything outside of ourselves. The moment discomfort arises, whether that's through fear, sadness, insecurity, or anger, we immediately want to fix it. We want to distract ourselves from it, numb it, control it, or escape it. But most of the time, this is just a band-aid solution, because discomfort doesn't just come up by accident. It comes up for a reason. And as strange as it may sound, that discomfort is the portal to our greatest healing and to the fuller expression of who we really are. Now, we'll go much deeper into that in future videos. But for now, here's what matters. This journey toward freedom, joy, and vitality is not about acquiring something you don't already have. It's not about becoming somebody else. It's about removing the layers that have been obscuring what has always been there. Now imagine a tall lighthouse whose windows have all been covered in dark ash. Now the lighthouse isn't broken. There's nothing wrong with the light. It doesn't need to be repaired or improved or replaced. All that's needed is to clear away the buildup on the windows. A buildup that's blocking what was designed to shine. And when that buildup gets cleared, the lighthouse doesn't strain to become light. It simply shines because that is its nature. You are that light. Your body and mind are like the tower. And just like the light is not confined to the structure it shines from, you are not nearly as limited as you have been taught to believe. At your deepest level, you are not just a separate, struggling person trying to survive the day. You are far more vast, more connected, and far more powerful than that. This understanding changes everything, because the real issue is not that we're empty and we need to be filled. It's that we have forgotten what we are. We've mistaken ourselves for the structure, for the conditioning, for the personality, and for the survival-driven mind. But we are not merely the tower, we are the light. And when we begin to remember that, even just a little, life begins to reorganize itself in a very different way. Now, if this feels like a stretch for you, it's totally okay. You don't need to force yourself to believe anything. These videos and practices will still help you tremendously. But the more willing you are to open to the possibility that you may be more than just physical matter, the more space you create for deep transformation. Because yes, emotional awareness, mindfulness, and self-mastery will dramatically improve your life. And this is exactly what I'll be teaching here. But when you begin to realign with your deeper nature, with your true essence, something miraculous begins to happen. Life begins to flow differently. You begin to feel less like you're pushing everything uphill and more like you're being carried by something wiser, deeper, and more loving than the mind could possibly understand. After decades of studying psychology and spirituality and teaching mindfulness and emotional awareness to thousands of people, I've come to see that this path can be simplified in a profound way. That insight was not only shaped by what I've learned and taught, but mostly by what I've personally experienced. I've had to navigate my own fears, my emotional storms, my disappointments, and many extremely disorienting inner challenges. But it was through those very struggles that I slowly found my way through the maze and into much greater freedom. And now I see that these challenges were precious gifts pointing me directly to the freedom I had so desperately been seeking. What I've discovered is that stepping into our true power really comes down to just 2 essential steps. Are these 2 steps simple? Yes. Are they easy? Not necessarily. But are they life-changing? Absolutely. So what are these 2 steps? Well, I invite you to join me in my next video where I'll be sharing them with you. And in the meantime, if you'd like more information, you can visit my website, consciousliving.solutions.com, and you'll find all my books on Amazon. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Peace.